Good afternoon, 8th graders. This is our lesson on solving multi-step equations. So these are going to be equations where there are more than two terms on at least one side of the equation. So if you look at your example here at number 1, we can see there is 1, 2, 3, 4 different terms on the left side of the equation. So this is going to involve a little more than what we've done so far. Our first step will be to combine, give me a second, combine all like terms on both sides of the equation. So say for instance on number 1, if there were other like terms on the right side, we would do that. Here we only have like terms on the left side, so 2x and 5x. We're going to put those together first. Write them down here. And then we're going to put together the 4 and the -8. We have to be careful because of the signs. This is a positive, this is a negative. They have different signs, so we subtract and we get 4. We keep the sign of the bigger number, which is negative, so it's -4. And bring down everything else as well. So we have to bring down this equal sign, we have to bring down the 24. And the next step will be to do pretty much what we would do if we were given this equation. You isolate the variable, you get the variable alone. Now, the way we do that is we undo what is near it, undo the operations that are near the variable in reverse order. So here, the first thing happening to the variable is multiplication, then subtraction. So we undo the subtraction first. The way we undo subtraction is we add. Now notice how I'm bringing down everything. This is key. Make sure you're bringing down everything. Now we're having multiplication. To undo multiplication, we divide. And 28 divided by 7, it gets us 4. Now the next thing you should probably do is check your answer by substituting the value that you get for the variable back into the original equation. So instead of having x here, we were going to put the 4 because x equals 4 and then the 4. So this means 2 times 4. That's going to be 8. 8 plus 4 would get us 12. And then we have to think about this as 20 because 5 times 4. So we had 12 plus 20 gets us 32. And then we do minus 8, which gets us 24. That should always get, whatever you do on the left, when you substitute the value, you should get the value that is on the right side or the other side of the equal sign. Now, really make sure you show work on both sides of the equal sign. Because there's so much going on, we have to be careful. So show work on both sides. And then have a variable equals your answer. So in other words, whatever the variable is you're solving for, make sure it's that equals the value. So x equals 4. Okay, example 2. This time the multiple terms are on the right side. So we have 6k, 17, and 4k. The two like terms are the 6k and the 4k. So we put those together. They're both positive, so we add them and the answer is positive. We get 10k. Bring down everything else. Bring down the plus 17. Bring down the negative 83. Don't let that negative sign drop off. Now we solve this like any other equation. K has multiplication and addition. We reverse in backwards order, so we get rid of the addition first. That means we subtract. Now here we have a negative starting out, and then we're subtracting. Think about this as a negative 17. So negative and a negative, that means we add, keep the sign of the bigger number, and this will be negative 100 equals 10k. Now we need to divide to get rid of multiplication. Show work on both sides. Negative 100 divided by 10 is going to get us negative 10, and that equals k. Now we can check it. So when we fill in negative 10 up here for k, we get negative 60 plus 17, and this will be minus 40. So we put together the negatives first, so that's negative 100. And then negative 100 put together with positive 17 would get us negative 83, which is what is on the left side of the equal sign. Okay, so there's two examples on the back. Those are going to be your responsibility. So go ahead and do those, and we'll check them tomorrow.